Thanks everybody for coming. It really is a tremendous honor to be a part of this event. Before I begin, there's something I'd like to do first. Influence is a powerful thing. Lucky for me, I've been surrounded by people that have influenced me in a positive way throughout my career and my life. As you look around this room, I'm sure you can spot a few people that have influenced your life in the same way. The two people that I'd like to recognize as the greatest influences on my life in the past few years are my mom and Shel Johnson. Both women have endured devastating losses in their lives, yet they still embrace each day with incredible hope and joy. When I'm faced with challenges, no matter how trivial or tragic, I think of their strength and perseverance, and that gives me hope. Mom and Cheryl, even in a room full of firemen, they're the strongest people here. On May 3rd, 1999, I sat in a corner office on Michigan Avenue writing taglines for an advertising agency in the city. I was an associate creative director responsible for over $1 million with the advertising business. Was young, ambitious, and about to be relocated to the New York office. Was also about to marry my high school sweetheart, Susie Quinn. Life was good, or so I thought. The next day, my brother Jeff called and told me something went wrong with my dad, our dad. Something terribly wrong. And that he didn't make it and I needed to go to LaGrange Memorial Hospital immediately. It's the kind of phone call that you remember with complete clarity for the rest of your life. I felt like I'd been struck by lightning. How could this happen? Why him? Why now? My dad, Chief Arthur Bucky Tullis of the LaGrange Park Fire Department, died in the line of duty on May 4th, 1999. He was in command of an activated fire alarm in town. An otherwise routine call in our profession on a typical day. There's no fire to put out. There's no rescue to be made. There's no critical situation to overcome. The questions kept coming. How could this happen? Why him? Why now? In the hours after seeing him in the emergency room, I remember thinking that firemen don't die like this. They die surrounded by fire, deep in a structure, attempting to save a life or lives. They die with an axe in their hand, fighting a blaze so that others can live. They don't die of a heart attack. What did I know? Even though I grew up in a firehouse, I lived in the corporate world, oblivious to the true reality of all the risks of our profession. Cardiac arrest being the most tragic. I was paralyzed by guilt because I thought my dad didn't die like a hero. During his wake, several hundred people came and paid their respects for my dad. My family and I stood there for hours listening to people tell stories about him. Stories about how he helped people learn how to read, pay off a debt, drive a car, help a sick or injured child, coach a baseball team, mentor a peer, the list goes on. I had no idea what kind of person my dad really was. Not so much as a firefighter, but as a man. The best of men. That's when I realized that my dad didn't die like a hero, he lived like a hero. And that's how I'll always be remembered by me, my family, and the thousands of people he influenced over the years as a firefighter, a friend, a father, a husband, and a grandfather. My life changed that day. I learned that the positive influence of one single person can have such a tremendous impact on so many people in such a powerful way. That random acts of kindness can shape our lives and those of the lives around us more completely than brief moments of glory. I left the corporate world and started my career in the fire service. I wanted to continue my dad's legacy in this profession and keep his spirit alive as long as I could. 11 years later, we found our deputy chief and very good friend Mark Johnson in cardiac arrest in the basement of the firehouse. I was struck by lightning again. I remember looking at Jimmy Nichols and thinking, what did we do? How could this happen? Why him? Why now? Everything seemed so familiar. The emotions, the guilt, the hopelessness, and the finality of it all. We struggled hard with this as a department. We still do. As firefighters, our world revolves around what if and worst case scenarios. None of us were prepared for that day. Mark was a great chief and an even better man. He was the kind of person we all aspire to be. Not enough can be said about the contributions he made throughout his life and his career. As a firefighter, he was the epitome of service before self. As an officer, he mentored and trained a generation of Hinsdale firefighters. And as a chief, he guided our fire department with a style and leadership that brought out the best in all of us. But he did more than that. The true impact of Mark Johnson, the man they called Big, was known by those he influenced throughout his career. Just like at my dad's funeral, people from all over came to express their gratitude for all that Mark had done for them in their lives. Not so much as a firefighter, but as a man. The best of men. I can't speak for the rest of you who've lived through a line of duty death, or a civilian who's perished in a fire. But we're all members of a club that nobody wants to be a part of. All I can say is that living through both experiences has taught me a few things, which I'd like to share with you. The stories shared at the funeral are one of the most important things we can do for the families that have lost so much. Nobody looks forward to attending a wake, but go there nonetheless and share your story. If you don't have a story to share, go anyway. Take a moment to talk with the family and the members of the department. I promise you that'll do more for them than you'll ever know. It's those stories that give us strength to move forward. Keep telling those stories at the kitchen table, on the apparatus floor, around town, and in letters, emails, and texts to the families. The other important lesson I learned is this. Plaques, ceremonies, scholarships, proclamations, and declarations are solemn ways to honor those who died in the line of duty. They're absolutely necessary. They keep the memories fresh and the stories forever told. But to truly honor those who died in the line of duty, build your own legacy in this profession. Not on success, but on impact. Influence those around you in a way that's positive, responsible, and encouraging. If Chief Johnson and Chief Tullis, two simple men, can improve the lives of so many people throughout their lifetimes, imagine what a whole church full of firefighters can do. Keep the spirit of those who died before you alive forever through daily acts of kindness, random moments of generosity, and the eternal pride that comes with being a firefighter. Take better care of each other, and take better care of the communities you serve. You never get a chance to tell your life story. Instead, it's told by the people you have influenced, the people you've touched, the people you've had an impact on. Those stories will be told to your family, your friends, and your brethren in the fire service. So leave here tonight and give them a story worth telling. A story that will give your family strength, your friends pride, and your peers something to be inspired by. And above all, give them a story we can laugh about at your retirement party and not cry over it.